and all the students who present over here. First of all, I pay my glowing tribute to R.K. Narayan sir for his unparalleled literary contribution in Indian writing in English. I will take a very few minutes. I will not take much time between you and Honorable Principal Sir, as all of us, including myself, are very eager to hear more insightful words and views from him. So first of all, as mentioned here earlier, ma'am had mentioned that he created a fictional world, imaginary world, entirely imaginary world or imaginary town called as Malgudi, a South Indian town. And I remember when I was a school-going child, and sir might remember that there was a telecast of Malgudi Date serial, Doordarshan on TV, and it was quite very memorable and very realistic. Among my observations, I will share some specialities of and style of this author as a literary figure in Indian writing English and in world literature. His characters seems to be very strong in one or another aspect. They represent, they embodies a particular side of entire human being. Then there are timeless themes. There is betrayal, there is love, there is day-to-day common man tackling with his common problems. And while we are reading or we are enjoying any literary piece, either story or novel, we relate ourselves directly or indirectly to the character, and the reader may think that whatever is going on in the book in front of his eyes, whatever is fictionalized in that book through the lines, he relates himself, he supposes that the story is about himself, not the other person. And next speciality of the Narayan I would mention here, that is moral dilemmas. Most of the time his characters are struggling with moral dilemma, their dreams are very high, but on the contrary, they have very limited sources to fulfill, to meet their demands and their dreams, and that's why they are always struggling, suffocating most of the time. And most of the time, immoral ways are appealing them to accept it, and inner vice is again quite telling them that this is not proper thing to do as a human being. You must avoid this, and this is the mental dilemma, like we experience some of the characters in Shakespearean tragedies like Hamlet and all that. So such kind of struggle, inner struggle, we may say stream of consciousness type of struggle is there in, I observed particularly while going through the literary pieces of the Narayan, R.K. Narayan. Then another speciality I come to know, that evokes a powerful sense of nostalgia. While we are reading his Malgudi Days, and there are some famous books and some characters in the guide. As you know, the protagonist of this novel, Raju, who was a poor shopkeeper and who plays various roles. There are two roles. One is guide. Guide means as a tourist guide, and later on who become a guru, a spiritual mentor type. And it is rightly said in our English that there is the past of every saint, and every thief has a bright future. And in that sense, when we look backward of any saint, and nowadays in this present scenario, all the Babas, particularly we are very affected, and they are impacted entire society, and their impact is deeply rooted in our psyche, on our psyche. So most of the Babas, when something is revealed, exposed the actual reality, what the Baba is, then we know what I want to point out. So these such types of incidences regularly happen in our Indian society, and I think the Raju is one of them. We represent such a bankruptcy of the morality and all that. And next character I would mention, that is Swami, that is Swaminathan, a young, curious and mischievous schoolboy from Swami and Friends. That character is also very much we can enjoy it while you go through the novel. Then next memorable character which R.K. Narayan has created, that is female character Rosie, that is alias Nalini, a complex and talented dancer. And particularly as far as the significance of literature, then most of the student will raise a question, what is the use if each and everything we read, sir, and it is imaginary totally, then what is the use? And I remember one question our respected sir Shakil Ahmed Khan sir asked me, stand up Digambar Date, and asked me why you select English as a special language and optional subject. I have given the answer to him, and I repeat it again. I would like to repeat it. I told him, sir, whenever we put our finger on the fire and our finger burns, and that feeling, we take the feeling, but without putting our finger on the fire, what would happen with us, with our finger, which the thing which tells us, without doing that, that is literature. And in that sense, though each and everything is imaginary, though the characters are imaginary, but their psyche and their mentality, their tendencies are not imaginary. Everywhere there is Ravan nowadays. Everywhere there is Ram everywhere. Maybe his surname, his caste, his name might be different, but the tendency is the same. And in this sense, I think, I firmly believe, personally believe, that literature can do us, literature can guide the entire humankind, and that's why I would appeal all of you, most of the student, I would like to know from you, please raise the hand who are arts faculty.